Hi all, welcome to i-tutor Academy. In today's session, we will start with Unit 11, subsection 4 of Mmpc 009. And in last video, we started 11 Unit 11, and till Unit subsection 3 we completed. Please refer that. And it's value engineering job plan. Today's session start with value engineering job plan. So value engineering process. What is value engineering process? As mentioned earlier, the major advantage of the approach is that it is a systematic and organized approach that examines all aspects of a problem, employing a questioning attitude. Thus, a formal approach has to be adopted to go through the VE program, and this formal procedural model of VE process is called VE job plan. And in the beginning, when Miles proposed VE job plan, it was just a modified form of the steps involved in work study. Subsequently, it has been modified and a number of approaches have emerged which are essentially similar. And these job plans have various steps and phases with their associated VE techniques at each phase. And in one of the job plans, as the 7 steps involved, this is preparation, problem selection, information, evaluation, creation, selection and presentation, and implementation and follow up. And in this unit, we shall briefly outline the salient features of the 3 different approaches to be conducted AVE program, that is job plan due to merge, and Darcy method, and FAST, that is function analysis system technique, that is FAST. Since the job plan due to merge is a very well recognized approach, we will deal with it is in the section. And these 7 phases of job plan are general phase, information phase, function phase, creation phase, evaluation phase, and investigation phase, recommendation phase. Okay, so these are the 7 phases of job plan, and each of these phases comprises or is supported by one or more techniques, and there are worksheets for each phase. And the practice of job plan and the application of VE techniques should be made on properly selected project. This selection of VE project is important. Those products should be chosen for the study which are significant in terms of cost reduction potential. In step-by-step application of the job plan, the project unfolds from the information phase right up to recommendation phase. And the general phase plays vital role throughout the and provides a good base for other phases to succeed. And brief description of each phase together with associated VE techniques are given in the following subsections. First of all, general phase. In general phase, throughout the application of the entire job plan, the technique of this phase must be diligently applied to create the right environment for value engineering job plan to be effective. There are 5 techniques associated with this, that is use good human relation, inspire teamwork, work on specifics and overcome roadblocks, apply good business judgment, and business decision and judgment must be based on facts, and poor business decision and poor judgment become prevalent when personal opinion and feeling like control take control. To apply good business judgment, one must be resourceful, able to think, and should be able to pursue new knowledge. And with the general phase as the base of foundation of the job plan, we can enter the second phase, information phase, and the technique you included in the second phase through seemingly simple incorporated some of the most difficult portions of the approach. Next is information phase. The object of this phase is to gain an understand of the project being studied and to obtain all essential facts relating to the project, as also to estimate the potential value improvement. This phase comprises of 3 techniques: secure fast, determine cost, and fix cost on specifications and requirements. And once the technique of the information phase has been used to secure pertinent data, the function phase of the job plan can be used. That is functional phase. The objective of this phase are to define the function that a product actually perform and is required to perform, as well as to relate these functions to the cost and worth of providing them. And the two techniques of this phase are a major part of the functional approach, and when combined with the other technique of the job plan, it produces a systematic approach which is different and more productive than any other product improvement or cost reduction approach. And the two techniques of this phase are define function. This is one of the most crucial stage in value engineering. The method of functional analysis required function to be described with the only two words, a verb and a noun. By so restricting the functional specification, clear description of the functions are possible, and concise function description reduce the possibility of a detailed systematic elaboration. And the rule of function descriptions are determine users need for the product or service, and use only one verb and one noun, and avoid passive or indirect verbs. Avoid goal like words or phrases such as improve, maximize and minimize, optimize, etc., and list large of two word pair and then select the best. Some functional definition are product and functions are here: mirror, reflect light, okay, brake, RS motion. So these are the functional definitions. And evaluate function relationship. This technique you attempt to determine relative importance of various functions. Through this technique a descending order of improvement of the function is established along with the relative value of their importance. A paired comparison technique you to determine the numerical value of various function is very simple and effective to use, and in this pair of function are compared, and it is so to determine which is more important and whether the degree of variation is major, medium or minor. And suppose we are comparing A with B, then A3 will mean that A is more important than B, and there is a major difference in their importance. So that is a functional example. Okay, so functional description should be derived for the product and all its component. The evaluation process also helps to find out whether it is primary function or secondary function, and the basic function will have the highest score in the above mentioned process of evaluation. The technique you not only establishes the basic and secondary function but also identifies those functions which are present because of specification and requirements or present design approach. And generally a product or component will have only one basic function and a number of secondary functions. If you have more than one basic function, it must be a mere restatement of the other. An example is here, so please go through it. Here is weight factor versus function, and here is functional analysis of worksheet is here. So these are examples, and example 3 is here, table functional cost metric for the creation phase is here. The objective of this phase is to create ideas for value alternatives to accomplish the functions defined in the previous phase. The first step is to try answering the question what else will do. This phase requires creativity to be the focal point, and brainstorming is a very effective way of promoting creativity. In brainstorming, freewheeling is permitted. Two powerful techniques to promote a creativity are establish positive thinking, develop creative ideas, and here we divorce the judicial part of the mind from the creative part by insisting that we do not attempt to judge and ideas simultaneously when it is being created. And this is done by cultivating an uninhabited thinking and developing a multitude of ideas and approaches for accomplishing the defined function. An evaluation phase. The objective of this phase is to select for further analysis the most promising of the idea generating during the creative phase, and to subject the idea to preliminary screening to identify those which satisfy the following criteria. Will it work, and is it less costly than the present design? Is it feasible to implement? And this phase of job plan, together with its supporting techniques, must be undertaken with both care and diligence, for it is here that the judicial part of the mind is brought into active use. There are four techniques associated with refine and combine idea, establish cost on all ideas, develop function alternatives, evaluate by comparison. And example is here, fourth example, and based on table also here. Please refer from your Igno study material parallelly. And next is investigation phase. The three techniques of this phase further define the selected idea into workable and acceptable solution, providing lower cost method for performing the desired function. And the three techniques are use company and industrial standards, consult vendors and specialists, and use specialty product and process and procedures. Okay. Next is recommendation phase. In recommendation phase, this is a final phase of a job plan in which the final selected value alternative is recommended for acceptance and implementation. So it is vital in the sense that the entire project of conducting VE would succeed only if the recommendation is accepted. And the two techniques associated with this phase are present fact, motivate positive actions, and example also here. And please refer this. Here is picture based on the example exercise existing and proposed door assembly. So this is based on example. Example 6 is here in this unit. So please refer this. In between any doubts, you can contact us anytime. And other variation of job plan. Some other variants of the job plan described above are have also been reported. These are DARSIRI method and FAST. The FAST is the most powerful of these and will be discussed in detail in the next section. So, and Darsiri is essential similar to the job plan of Mudge described above. And the seven step involved are D for data collection, A for analysis, R for record of ideas, S for speculation, I is investigation, R is recommendation, and I is implementation. Okay, these are self-explanatory steps and hence need not be elaborated. Okay, so you all of you know what is data collection, analysis, record of idea, speculation, investigation, recommendation. These are all of you know the basic ideas. So that is Darsiri. And next is fast diagram as value engineering tool. This technique is developed by Charles, and by the way, and it is used to establish the relationship between functions in the analysis of an entire system, processes or complicated assembly, and gives a better understanding of interrelationship of function and their cost. So that is fast diagram is shown here. So function analysis system technique, that is fast. Okay, and the construction of a fast diagram of a ballpoint pen is, that is fast diagram is represented here. That is a system diagram. Okay, how communicate ideas, then why is here, and provide parts and design criteria is here. Okay, so that is an example. So parts are tip is there, functions are improve look, locate part, chromium plating, that is remark, and plastic neck is there, spring is there. You know what is ballpoint pen, right? So refill is there, ink fill is there, plastics barrel are there. These are the part of one ballpoint pen. Okay, based on that, this is the diagram for that. Okay, uh, so please just go through your Igno study material also. Mmpc 009 unit 11 and subsection 4 and 5. Just refer your study material with this video also, then more clear, it will be more clear. Okay, so this is about today's section. Next section we will continue and next subsections. And for more MBA series, you just do like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.
i-tutor Academy presents IGNOU MBA complete syllabus coverage classes for individual students, semester-wise subject with online and flexible timing. For more details, contact on +916 238 217885.